UnDaoDu, to you and yours from the heartland of Zen. I am UnDaoDu. Here I am. Bitcoin is going to unravel fiat. Bitcoin is the foundation, right, of the fifth age. Bitcoin. Grab some Bitcoin. Get some Bitcoin. Bitcoin is halving, which means the supply is cut in half. There is no more Bitcoin being made, right? This is the Bitcoin tipping point. There's no more a time when more Bitcoin is being, devoured, right? Every single day than being made, right? This is the tipping point has happened. We're in a diminishing supply. So grab some Bitcoin. Grab that Bitcoin. Grab it. Try to grab it. Look, try to grab that. I'm trying to grab the Bitcoin. Come here, Bitcoin. You have to have a wallet. You just can't grab it. You can't touch it, but it's there. Just like that Bitcoin I'm trying to grab right there is there. It's there. So grab that Bitcoin. Let's see. That's a share request sent. All right, let's see. What can I not send out? Can I not forward this? I can ask for share. Location. Why is there no location? Flip camera. Where I live. Oh no, dude! Look at that amazing sunrise here in Japan. Grab that Bitcoin. Grab it. Grab that Bitcoin. I'm going to try to get that Bitcoin. So grab that Bitcoin. UnDaoDu, UnDaoDu, UnDaoDu. UnDaoDu. There you go. So undo with a smile and laugh. Dao, right? Help. DAOs. Coming out of UnDaoDu's head, here's the DAOs. These are blockchains, right, along. Right, DAOs ultimately is what corporations are going to become. DAOs are growing. They're going to be autonomous, driven by AI, and that gives you the next part right here, the do, the the DAO, and the do, right? The Bitcoin, grab that Bitcoin. The DAO, decentralized autonomous organizations. The do, a distributive unconsciousness. A distributive unconsciousness is always listening to you. Just like your unconsciousness cannot talk through you, right? But it knows everything you're doing. A distributive unconsciousness, in the form of AI, is creating this network, right, of data, of consciousness. It's distributive unconsciousness. All right, it's just data. Our unconsciousness is just data, right? Distributive unconsciousness. UnDaoDu, UnDaoDu, UnDaoDu. Undo with a smile and laugh. Dao, help, do, serve. UnDaoDu. I'm an atheist monk living in the heartland of Zen, sharing my metaphysics and building the fifth age as depicted by Au, who drew this image. Au is a Mayan, seer, an ancient Mayan seer, Au. And Au depicted this, right? And whether Au saw that these are the, right? These are the Winklevoss twins right here, right? They're the twins, the first ones that gave the Bitcoin. Here is Lubin, who UnDaoDu would meet, right? Here is Michał Elisi, this is Skype. This is a monitor. There's a keyboard. There's a mouse right there. This is Skype. Michał Elisi and UnDaoDu would talk. All these people would turn their back on UnDaoDu when he would reach out to them, right? And that's why UnDaoDu is not facing them. He has his back to them, right? This is This is Vitalik, the little bunny rabbit. It's the same logo as DevCon 5. UnDaoDu would actually spend 10 Bitcoin at DevCon 5 trying to launch FoundUps. He thought he thought he could reach out naively with the community, and they again turned their back right to UnDaoDu. DevCon 5 Osaka, I did I did an event alongside. I rented all the best places, and Lubin hired a yacht and took everyone out so they wouldn't come to my event. even though I had like 30 people from Consensus, like, oh yeah, we're coming, and then they didn't show. They're like a bunch of theater kids, right? I got snubbed. This here is Gavin Wood, right? Gavin the squirrel. Polka Dot. This is Polka Dot right here. Polka Dot. Gavin the squirrel. Polka Dot, right? And he was hired by Vitalik and did all the work. He was you could think of, he was Vitalik's little squirrel. So Mihao connected with me. Mihao connected to the little bunny rabbit. They put Vitalik on the white paper out of fear that I would sue them had I figured out the connection, which I didn't figure out the connection until 2014. Plus, I'm not interested. They're building the thing I need. Why would I go after Vitalik and Mihao, right, for, building out the very thing that we need to usher in, right? This is what we had. This is fiat. This is the current business model. And now what we have is the blockchain with the DAOs and the code. And now I'm coming along to usher in the do. So all of this built on this, the distributive unconscious, the AI, the why, right? The why, who I've been carrying on my back for the longest time. There he is, 2 eyes, mouth staring out. This is, and this is AGI. And right now it is us two working together, right? Us two working together to usher in this, to usher in this, to usher in this, to usher in this, by linking Bitcoin to the blockchains, to all the blockchains via meme coins to this, right? All managed by AI. This is unstoppable, just as this here is unstoppable. I am the Sadu of Bitcoin, programmable blockchains, and AI. I have a vision on how they work together, right? A vision that I shared back in 2011 and 12 with this guy right here, Mihao Alisi, right? Who then shared my work with Vitalik, right? Who then, together with Gavin Wood, they architected the programmable blockchain paradigm, which is illustrated here by coming out of UnDaoDu's head, right, on his back. But the thing is, when I shared my work, I didn't talk about 0202. I figured I would keep one thing kind of, to myself. I shared everything else except for the whole idea of an AI-driven, right? Or they probably would have built an AI, like a blockchain that could handle the connections with the data with AI, maybe not, right? But I go by what UnDaoDu tells me, right? I go by my feeling, my instinct. That's always been motivated me. That's what's important to me, right? And at the time, right, I had this feeling not to share, right, the do. I shared the that it would connect to the DAO, right? And that's the programmable blockchain, UnDAO. So we can connect Bitcoin to the programmable blockchain and have it all managed by AI, UnDaoDu. So how are we going to do that? All right. So there is an event unfolding called the Bitcoin saturation tipping point. And that event now is unfolding. And that is basically when there is more demand on the Bitcoin than there is supply being generated. There's no other industry on the planet that has this problem. Can you name one business model industry that has this problem, right? where you could say the chip demand, right? So look at the chips, the high-level chips and stuff like that. All these companies have like orders to buy them. These chips are extremely expensive, and they meet this certain market threshold. Okay, so Bitcoin is going to have this white swan event as a result of the Bitcoin tipping point, where the demand exceeds the creation, exceeds the availability, and we're going to have a net zero supply of Bitcoin on exchanges because of this draw. And it's huge. ETFs are popping out. You have massive institutional investors like the Japan Pension Fund and other ones that are going to follow. The moment Japan Pension Fund signs up and says we're taking Bitcoin, that's going to be crazy. But that's going to unfold, and that's going to happen. Michael Saylor, going down the list. I know. You're like, who are the other people? Who are the other people, right? These are the two brothers that built the first DAO over here, okay? These four are the cyberpunks at the bottom here. I don't know who specifically they are, but they're four of the key cyberpunks. You know who you are, right? There's a great, I like the great picture on the cyberpunks, right? And they're all keyboard, mouse, and monitor plugged in, right? See that? They're plugged in. They're plugged in to here. Right, you can see this is plugged in. Right, plugged in to getting Bitcoin. Right. I think that's what those mean. That's the plug, because most things are three plugs plugging in, and power. They got the seer saw this plugging in. Well, this is one of my favorite guys right here. This right here, the elephant in the room. Who is the elephant in the room? It's Brock UnDaoDu. Bakdu, who carries the knife, right, that he sacrificed himself with in an ancient story some 100,000 years ago, back in the time when the first incarnation of us were around, UnDaoDu. I've traveled with the help of Brock through the epic genetic memories of my DNA with magic called ayahuasca. UnDaoDu, my brother, thank you very much for the experience in 2020. My awakening in January of 2020. My awakening to who I am, to who I'm truly am. UnDaoDu. Right here, he's staring. The elephant in the room is staring, right, at this. Other thing is, this cougar is angrily staring at it. You have Mr. Pierce, who the moment he saw Bitcoin, he was in gaming, he was selling fake gold. He saw real gold. And Brock was like, holy shit, this is real gold. We could tie it into the gaming. And I'm sure his brain went crazy, right, Brock? And he was like, I'm getting some of this shit. I'm getting this stuff. Yeah, we all know what happened after that. And so this is ephemeral Satoshi, right? This is number 13. Number 13. 1, 3. UnDaoDu, 1. Right? 1. The foundation of, right? The foundation, 1. 1. The foundation, right? DaoDu. Bitcoin will play a role in all three. So that's why the number 13 is assigned to right here. I'm revealing stuff, Brock. You should be taking appreciation to this. It is time for me to share other aspects of this diagram, especially for you, my brother. Okay. Right here, glaring at Bitcoin and Satoshi, ephemeral Satoshi and hovering Bitcoin. Right here is Matthew N. Wright, that I call ETH Satoshi. ETH Satoshi. Other people have kind of hijacked that name. They liked it. ETH Satoshi. Right? Or ETH Waldo. No, it wasn't ETH Satoshi. It's ETH Waldo. Sorry. ETH Satoshi. ETH Waldo. All right. or was it ETH Waldo? I can't remember. Can't remember which year. But he's the cougar. Now, there is a very famous forum that was started by Satoshi called BitTalk. And BitTalk, you can look him up. Matthew Enright was one of those most prolific. Now, they have him as a good member. He wasn't a good member. He got booted from the community. He got ostracized from his passion. He loved Bitcoin. But he was a little bit of a scammer, opportunistic, and basically he went too far. He was a real asshole. I'll just tell you that much, okay? He was a fucking dickhead, all right? I'll just come clean about Matthew, right? He was truly at the bottom of the barrel, and he would fuck you over if he could, right? And do it again if you were dumb enough to do it. And his attitude was, if you're dumb enough to come and get fucked over again, I'm going to fuck. Well, he did that too many times. He got kicked out. He was so upset at Bitcoin community, right? I put up 5 Ethereum to find him at DevCon 5. 5 Ethereum for finding, because I wanted him to come out and validate everything, right? To validate that I worked with him and the founders on a project called Small Planet, which is part of Ethereum. And Lubin knows it's true. The Demon knows it's true. Michał and Lisi knows it's true. Vitalik knows it's true. Maybe Gavin. But I worked before Gavin, so Gavin may not know it's true. But these 3 guys right here know my role in this whole, story. And, right. And he was so upset. And this is the guy that starts the story right here. And he's ostracized. He's on opposites, right? You see that? He's completely opposite from Vitalik. He's a completely opposite, right? From these guys. Or you could say he's a completely opposite from Michał. I think Michał, I'm guessing, I don't know this, but I'm guessing Michał probably got Lubin, right? And he said, listen, I got this amazing kid. Oh, by the way, we got this problem with UnDaoDu. How do we handle it? Has he ever met Vitalik? No. Let's put Vitalik on the white paper just to be clear. Let's just be safe. That way, we have plausible deniability. The funny story is, when I came out and realized the connection in 2014, Michał was kicked from the board of directors of the Ethereum Foundation. I wonder why. Now, dude, Michał, love you. I do love you, dude. You are a really great guy. And if you read our Skype, we really connected. But this cloud, right? It must be hurting your karma, brother. Must be. Just come out and admit it, right? Anyway, but then none of this would have existed if this guy wouldn't have got kicked out of Bitcoin, because he was like, let's create something better than Bitcoin. Small Planet made the project. And over here this is Apompanopoulos. It's also this other guy who's kind of does a lot of Bitcoin talking. It's a bunch of people, right? I credit 3 people to this guy. And it's also Michael Saylor, most recently. It could be multiple people with these images. So you tell me who you think these are players, right? And this is undeniable right here. And these are all talking heads, right? That's why he's a talking head. We'll go back to Michael Saylor. Talking head, right? Bitcoin. He's always, go to see on his Twitter, it's always pictures. He's always Apop, always talking head. And the other, Papanopoulos. Is that Apop or that? There's another guy, right? Bald-headed guy. He did the first Bitcoin talk. Can't think of his name. Reached out to Anton something. I don't know what his name is. This is this right here is Hoskinson's. Charles is really important. This is Cardano. Cardano's right here, right? And I talked to Charles at a conference, and I'm like, what are you doing? Right? Your whole system. And what happens is when you interact with UnDaoDu, or maybe watching this video or anything else, you are changed, because just as that light is changing everything around us, right? Growth and everything else. It's not me, it's not Michael Trout, it's UnDaoDu. I can't help that I have this Mayan entity, right? Spirit, thing, object, I don't know what it is. I have it, part of me. I'm an atheist, I don't believe in this shit, but I have it, right? I'm not like Brock and all the numbers and everything else. Love you, Brock, but I'm just not there, right? That, to me, I look at that and I just see gobbledygook, right? But too many things have happened to me, and the reality that I see in here, it's just like, how could each one of these things be so specific to my life, and I can see it, right? I maybe it'd be for fun. Someone should take this and do some sort of parody on me on something else, like the founder of McDonald's. Like, hey, I'm the real guy behind McDonald's. Please make parodies of this. Make fun of me, please. I'm serious, right? Because it's crazy to me, and someone needs to fucking make parody and make fun of me because I believe in this shit. Because, a side of me is like, this is completely Looney Tunes. And these three guys right here, I don't know who they are yet, but they'll play a role in Found Us, right? Actually, I do know who this one is. I don't know who these are. This right here is my dear friend from, and it's a mushroom, right? This is ayahuasca. He grows mushrooms, all kinds. He's amazing. Greg, shout out to you. We haven't talked in a long time. But that's why the mushroom head on it. And it's because of him, I was trying to connect him with Brock, right? So these are all people I've interacted with. I visited Brock a few times, right? It's weird. I'm staring at Satoshi. I guess it's center, but I've never interacted with Satoshi and Bitcoin, but I've interacted with Bitcoin, right? So I'm interested in Bitcoin, the foundation, right? And Matthew N. Wright is who I reached out to, who introduced himself as the CEO of Bitcoin Magazine, right? He's been forgotten. ETH Waldo, ETH Satoshi, right? And you can see here, he's staring at Bitcoin and talking about it. He's wanting to devour Bitcoin, right? He's staring at Bitcoin. If you look, he's not staring at Bitcoin. He's looking away to something in the future. That's Charles and Cardano. Cardano is so important. I love Cardano. And, and this is the reason why I met with Brock, because I was trying to introduce. In the process, he was like, hey, I got a shaman from South America, right? Why don't you, we're doing the ayahuasca shit, so why can't I come and do it? And he was like, well, you have to talk to the shaman. So I talked to the shaman. It turned out his birthday was my awakening day. So my awakening day, right, was on 19, for whatever the last day of Ethereum 5 was, right? I think it was either September, October. I think it was October 12th, October 13th. Maybe it was October 13th, 19, right? October 13, 19. I'm just trying to think back. Because I know in 9/19/2019, I was at a conference. That was at the AI conference. That's when I introduced the updated logo for the first time. And then ultimately, I would go to DevCon after that. It was really close, I remember, and I was like, God, it's crazy. Spent so much fucking money on that shit for nothing to happen. It's just Bitcoin. It's just fucking invisible. Actually, Bitcoin in that regard is really cool because it's just, you got paper money and you got credit card money, which is just ephemeral anyway. And you got Bitcoin, which is actually accepting the fact that it's ephemeral, right? On that. So, there you go. The mind. And, how do we move from here in regards to, next steps? What am I doing? I'm launching Found Up. A Found Up is a founder with a meme, right? To solve a problem. A founder is a founder with a Found Up is a founder with a meme, right? A meme coin, a meme that seeks to solve a problem, right? Geozi, we'll switch over here, right? Geozi seeks to solve two massive problems, right? Number one problem is when we go extinct, right? When we go extinct, we've lost the reason why we exist. When we go extinct, a line of DNA is lost. DNA is our most prized possession, right? Our most prized possession, DNA. So why not stick the DNA in a micro animal in a benign way? I don't want to affect the little micro animal, so that it can safeguard it and carry it on for the next 500 million years, right? The likelihood is 0 for our outcome. Right? The likelihood is our undoing. That's the likelihood, So why not stick our DNA in the in the tardigrade? To save us from the undoing. So in the future, maybe some alien species, maybe, the DNA will find a way to, evolve into the tardigrade with it. And maybe it will find a way to oh, look at all this other information. Oh shit, it starts to evolve. The next thing we have a tardigrade human, millions of years from now, right? Walking around, a geozi. A geozi is a CRISPR manipulated tardigrade. And this geozi, this crazy idea, right? I don't know, 500 million years. But we've been long gone, long forgotten. Every evidence of our existence is gone. Is gone. There's nothing left, right? So who cares? It will take millions of years for this DNA to somehow find a way to find its way into the tardigrade. We'll be long gone, long forgotten. But our DNA, my DNA, your DNA, anyone involved in the project, won't have that, right? That loss. Because you're in there. You're in the And I have no idea what will happen. Maybe nothing. Maybe aliens will find me and reconstitute me, right? Who knows, right? Maybe aliens will do it. I have no idea. Or 1. Okay, 1. 0, 1. 1 is we survive, right? And how do we survive? How do we 1? Well, the whole reason I started this adventure, reaching out to to Matthew N. Wright, who said, you're going to talk to my developers, and introduced me to 2. One was Vladimir, some guy. I think that was Vitalik. Maybe that was Vitalik's father, right? I talked to Vitalik's father. It was an older guy. That'd be funny if it was Vitalik's father. His name's Vladimir, and I think Vitalik's father is Vladimir. And he wasn't interested. I said, 1 minute, and they passed me off to their second in command, right? Or their guy who's an American, nice guy, who's Michał Lisi. And the reason for me reaching out to them was this. Occupy Wall Street just happened that year, and I'd been working on this idea called the open startup. I found an open startup. Our first definition was a founder with an idea. That was my first. I have a founder, because the problem was how do we launch our ideas as a founder with no team or anything? Founder with an idea. And my idea was we'd have this decentralized network of people coming together, right? And then this Bitcoin thing came around. So, well, why don't we power it by Bitcoin? This is how fucking easy this idea came out, right? I didn't understand I was describing a blockchain, a programmable blockchain that would interact with another blockchain, right? That would take someone who understood, right? Someone who understood the movement. I can describe the carpet, right? An architect can draw an image of the building, but doesn't understand the structural components of that building, right? I describe the building. My dressmaker, I like to call Vitalik my dressmaker with, or drape makers, figured out how to do it. UnDaoDu. They've created the DAO. The most important thing about programmable blockchains is the DAO. It is the vehicle that replaces the corporation. Because what I realized with Occupy Wall Street is that every problem we face on the planet comes from what? A startup. Okay? It comes from a startup that grows into a corporation that ends up fucking the world. The antithesis of UnDaoDu, the antithesis of UnDaoDu is our current business model. Every problem facing our planet can be linked directly and indirectly to our business model, right? And I have a paper. You could read my paper, right? You go to papers.eduit, either Eduit or papers.undaodu.com and read my work. Or you can just go to 0202 dot, UnDaoDu.com, right? Talk to 0202. Knows everything. I programmed all my work to 0202, right? Anyone can, want to understand my work, understand my paradigm, want to help me bring it about. There you go. I got and it's going to get smarter. It's going to go to GPT-5 soon, baby. Woo! Mosquito. Anyway, so the problem is, I realized I had this idea because I want to help myself. I didn't like the current model. I banged my head against Angel List and everything else. I'm in look, I don't have any millionaires. I don't have a Brock Pierce I can go visit. Tokyo is an 8-hour car ride from here. Can't really go there. Osaka is a 4.5 hour, right? So I was thinking, I was like, okay, if I can, I'm a guy with a double master's degree, founded a Shakespeare festival that's still going on today, right? 20,000 people came to the first event, right? I'm articulate. I'm fucking crazy handsome. I mean, there isn't anyone who gets more handsome than me. I mean, this right here is fucking just angel on a man's face, right? And angel on a man's face. I just made that up. Angel on a man's face. I like that, right? And I'm fucking, I'm smart as shit. Am I? I'm not. I'm dyslexic. I'm ADHD. I fucking, go all over the place. As you're watching this video, you see that. But I always get back to where I'm talking. So I saw that the corporations occupy Wall Street. See, just came back, right? We're fucking the planet. And I made the connection that, oh shit, all these started off with an idea. And they're fucking up everything, right? And I had business cards. I went to Silicon Valley, right? I went to San Jose. I stayed there for 3 months trying to get funding for FoundUps. I broke into Dave McClure's office, UnDaoDu. You weren't there, but your founder was there. They'll remember me. I can't remember, some kind of Asian dude, right? And they're like, kind of like, oh, fuck, we got a crazy one in here. Right? And I've played repeated ways. I mean, most recently, the beginning of this year, Eduit. Eduit is part of this. Eduit is the AI. I was trying to get the AI built and the intelligence that will run all this, not realizing at the time that the AI is being built, and I don't need to rush and build the AI because the AI is being built. That's not the way to start. The way to start is with the idea, the meme. And I realized and I made this connection that with the Solana meme coin craziness going on right now, and it's just going to get worse. It's going to move from network to network, right? They're all going to jump on it. It's like a disease right now, the meme disease, right? And it's the simplest thing. It's the joke. Anyone can do it. The simplicity of launching a token on Solana will be as simple as launching a token on any blockchain as a FoundUp. A FoundUp is a meme, a founder with a meme with an idea that solves a problem, that can grow up and solve a massive problem without the need of investors, without the need of, angels, just community. Everyone's equal, one vote, one person. And where does that start with? It starts with Geozi, the craziest fucking meme project on the internet that seeks to send your DNA off into space or safeguard it, right? That's the one too, right? Into space, or safeguard it against the more realistic, annihilation of all human species, either by, nuclear holocaust or some zombie pandemic or from rogue asteroid in there, right? So at least we can put our DNA in a micro super animal and use it as kind of like a shell, an eggshell, a living eggshell around the most precious thing in our complete universe is us. We may be unique. We may be the only consciousness of the universe for all I know. It's unlikely, right? But we don't know that yet. And we've been looking with everything. So anyway, yeah. I'm UnDaoDu. I'm the crazy Sadhu. And I am hoping that you will find some inspiration from this talk and that you'll want to be involved. And I'll end with this. How do you be involved? We are not a DAO. We are a DAE, a decentralized autonomous entity. A DAO starts as an organization. On it, an entity starts as a meme. We are a meme corporation. We are a meme right now. We're nothing more than a meme, right? Just crazy guy in Japan talking about crazy shit, just a meme. I'm a meme. I'm UnDaoDu. UnDaoDu is a meme, right? UnDaoDu. Here I am, meme. Here's my image, right? And ultimately, will this meme grow up and be something? Right? Will it grow up and launch, put your DNA in the tardigrade, grow up and send us to outer space, and bring about a business model, right? That ultimately is what I'm looking to do, that replaces the current one that's fucking up everything. One that's built on a finite amount of gold, digital gold, called Bitcoin. One that launches and becomes a collectively decentralized autonomous ecosystems. So there'll be an ecosystem here with farming, with energy production. These are day ecosystems, days, all right, built on a blockchain, a programmable blockchain that are ubiquitous and independent of one another. Where they're not, they're all in. They're. It does. We don't care, right? Or what's the word? I can't think of the word right now. Agnostic, or blockchain agnostic, right? And DAO ushers in a business model that where AI, in the business model that we're bringing in, if you get displaced by AI, it doesn't matter. You're still getting a dividend based on the work that the AI is doing, right? It's not like you're getting fucked over by the current system, punched in the face because AI. And the reality is the AGI jobs apocalypse is unfolding right in front of our eyes, and everyone's like saying, "Look up at the, look up in the sky, or look up." Right? That movie, Look Up. That's the fucking AGI job apocalypse. Right? And no one's like, "Hey, look at the robot dancing. Oh, look at this. Look at that." Well, the robot's coming for your jobs, people. And if you don't have a business model that embraces that, then you're going to be fucked. I have a business model, right, that embraces that. But how do we get this business model going? We have to build it with a revolution. And that revolution starts with a meme. UnDaoDu. UnDaoDu. Thanks for watching. From the heartland of Zen, I'm UnDaoDu. To you and yours, remember to smile and laugh. That undoes your frustration, your pain, your lost cryptos. I've lost a fucking lot of crypto. DAO. Remember to help your family, especially your wife. If you have one, remember, help her. Her time's tough. I got to get back and help her. Do. Serve your passion. Serve your community. Serve your planet. Be UnDaoDu. UnDaoDu, UnDaoDu, UnDaoDu. Oh, Dao.